What's good, Ranger Nation? Today, we will be talking about the newest episode of Power Rangers Dino Supercharged Recipe for Disaster. And, man, I have to say, this episode was so cool, man. This episode was sick. I just got done watching it on Kiss Cartoon. And, oh my god. So, the episode starts off with Keeper giving the Rangers a backstory on the Dark Engine, where it was forged on a planet called... where it was forged by the evil residue of the 10 energy gems, and it was hidden on a planet called Sentai 6 until a powerful warlord stole it and blew up the planet, which happened to have been Lord Arcanon, who we get introduced to in this episode. And we cut to the villain's lair, where Ranch constructs his monster, has his monster called Fortress, where if you use the Magna Beam on it basically becomes like a Zord for Heckle the pilot, and then we get the introduction to Lord Arcanon, and this was sick. I was always wondering, are we gonna ever see chaos in this season? And this was some really good original villain footage, which was cool, because Heckle is basically an original... because Heckle's an original villain. I don't know if Snide is. I know Snide's, the resurrected form of, Zeltrax's counterpart. But anyway... and we basically get, a backstory of how Sledge... how, Arcanon, recruited Sledge to get a bunch of outlaws for him, and that included Heckle, and he's basically here to get his pay. And then turns out, and coming to find out, guys, that he basically copied all the Rangers' Dino Chargers so he can get control of all the Rangers' Zords. Oh my god. So we knew that evil Silver Ranger was actually Doomwing, which was cool. I was like, okay. I was sitting there like, oh crap, there's gonna be a Zord fight. But oh my gosh, yo, man, this was crazy. But let me stop fanboying. And then everybody's all confused as to what's going on. How is Lord Arcanon gaining control of the Zords? And then we have this amazing Zord fight between Heckle, Snide in Fortress, and the Down Charge Rangers Zords, and then the Rangers gain control of the Zords again, and then Kendall makes a new configuration for the Zords called the Dino Charge Ultra Zord, which I was always wondering, were we gonna see Gigant Koyujin in it. I was like, wow. And oh god, and at the end of the episode, Heckle gets locked up again. And I was like, oh, and so Heckle's out and Arcanon is in. This is gonna be interesting. And there was also a plot where Chase tried to master his recipe from New Zealand, his cake recipe, and his food critic, who basically threatened to shut the museum down, but she gives him another chance when he saves her life, and she ends up loving it and gives the cafe a good review. But anyway, guys, what were your thoughts on this episode? My thoughts, this episode was awesome. 10 out of 10, baby. So, that's going to do it for me in another Dino Charge episode review. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like. Please comment your thoughts on this episode. And I'm out of here. Unleash the power.